Hey there, Mohammed. Nice to see that you've written your last set of essays. Let's see what you have here. Okay, the first one's about green energy. Here's what you said. These days, more nations are opting for renewable and greener means of energy, like wind energy, solar energy, and hydropower, where some people believe that this development is positive for both the environment and countries' apostrophe financial situations. Others, get rid of however and get rid of very. So it should be others are of the opinion that there are serious consequences due to adaptation of these kinds of energy sources. So you had a few extra words here which made the sentences grammatically incorrect. Okay, keep that in mind. Let's see, what else? And I don't know what you mean here, due to adaptation. I think you mean a different word here. I almost think you mean adoption, but I'm really not sure. So it's really going to depend on how you develop the rest of your essay. Let's see what you wrote. These days, many countries nowadays are trying to reduce the use of traditional energy sources, not energy resources. I think would have been better here. Are trying, and adopting new methods to generate and consume energy. These methods are not only better for the environment, but are also found cheaper and so save a country huge amounts of money. No S here on the end of save. A recent report by BBC said that, a number of countries worldwide are now moving to set up solar farms and wind farms to generate energy and electricity through them, and are imposing rules to try and limit diesel and petrol cars, or incentivizing. I'm not sure if that's a word. Let me look it up, but I have some questions about that. Or incentivizing electric and hybrid. You should have used here vehicles. This way, you're not repeating the word cars, but you're giving the noun, which is necessary here. Setting up these farms is much cheaper. And it is helping countries to become self-sufficient and rely less on other countries. Harvard School of Meteorology, you probably should have capitalized the S and the M, in another report also reported that more use of greener energy sources decreases, because it's more use, decreases, S, the human carbon footprint in the atmosphere, and thus leads, S again, to less greenhouse gases, so it can lead to A, decreasing global warming. Okay, so you talked about it reducing cost, but look at this. You say they are found cheaper, and so they save countries money. Let's see, then you say that setting up these farms is cheaper. You know what's missing for me here is some sort of explanation of why they're cheaper. So because you don't have to search for oil, which is a limited, a limited resource. The sun and the wind, these are very plentiful. They're plentiful all over the world, and so that makes them less expensive to get. Okay, so something like that was missing here. You just talked about the setting up and giving incentives for electric and hybrid cars. Let's see. And then you said decreases the carbon footprint. Okay, this is fine. That's fine. You didn't spend a whole lot of time on it being environmentally friendly, but it's okay. I mean, you did a good enough job with that. Okay, let's see. However, there are some opponents to this development. Some people believe that this can be a threat to energy security. The reason why this may be believed, is that the countries that rely on production and selling of natural oil and gas can lose their income, and so this may have a huge negative financial impact. This positive development can also lead to political instability in a country where politicians have their personal interests vested in importing oil and gas. In some cases, the development of greener methods of producing energy can lead to depletion of oil and other fossil fuels if they are not used in time. Okay, it's an interesting paragraph, although I'm not entirely sure that you've understood what energy security is. Do look it up. Take a look online and see if you can find a couple of good definitions for energy security. So I'm not 100% convinced that this is on topic, okay? However, it's written well. There weren't really any grammatical problems or lexical problems, okay? Although, like I said, I do have some concerns that it's a little off topic. Alrighty? So let's look at your conclusion. In conclusion, it is sufficiently proven that the world needs to move to alternate, no, we call them alternative, and greener. We don't use both more and green, and greener. Greener is a word that makes its comparative with the ER, so it should just be in greener. So, should move to alternative and greener means of energy to avoid increasing global warming and other natural disasters caused by drilling done to extract resources like oil, not oils, oil. I believe that development in green energy is the need of the times, S, and does not only have financial and environmental, but also enormous human health benefits. All right, that's a little confusing. Why are we talking suddenly about human health benefits? It wasn't anything you mentioned anywhere in any of the previous paragraphs, and so it feels a little irrelevant here. We don't want to introduce new ideas in our conclusion, okay? Our conclusion should just be a wrap-up, like a restatement of our ideas, but never do we introduce new ideas or potentially new arguments, okay? Now, so in other words, it looks like you are more of a proponent of these green energies. Therefore, we have to really talk about what happened with your the order of your paragraphs. You have to reverse them. Since this is the side that talks about the threat to energy security, and you don't really support this opinion, you're more in favor of green energy, you have to reverse them, because we always put the paragraph that we reverse second. Okay? It's just a convention of essay writing where first we argue the side that we don't really support, and then closer to our conclusion is where we put the side that we do support. Okay? So there's some good elements to your essay. There were some areas of grammar and vocabulary that I really liked. Coherence and cohesion were well controlled with the exception of this paragraph ordering. But like I said, I was a little concerned about some of the areas dealing with task achievement. So let's take a look now at your second writing assignment here. Great, it's the map, okay. The two maps depict the before and after development picture of an island. Before development, where's your full stop? Don't forget it. Before development started, the island only had a few trees on it with a beach attached to its left side. After development was completed, it can be seen that it has now become a tourist attraction. It can be seen, okay, it can be seen twice. It can be seen and it can be seen. So try to change it up a little bit, vary it, use a little more variety in your expression, okay? Okay. Let's see. It can be seen that accommodations are built on both left and right sides of the island. Okay, accommodations have, no, you don't want to say accommodations have footpaths between. So, but let's get to that in a minute. There is a footpath from the beach to the mall. It doesn't stand, it's located between and I want you to be careful with this accommodation. You want to say that they're like maybe clusters of houses, or they're housing complexes or accommodation complexes. You might want to use a word like that here. Let's see. There's a footpath from the beach to the mall located between the two housing complexes. There is also a hotel and a cafe built on the island. Yeah, but you don't really tell us where. So here I could have used a little more information. So if you start from the west side, you've got that beach, and then there is a footpath which connects, which actually goes through the first housing complex, or housing neighborhood, perhaps you could call it, and goes through the center, where the mall and the restaurant and the hotel are located. And then there is another footpath over here with these houses on the right side of the island. Okay, let's see. So yeah, this accommodations have footpath between. I think you could have gotten rid of the sentence and just given a little more information to the sentences that followed. Okay, there was also a hotel and cafe built on the island. I already said that, but you need to give me a little more information. You should have said that it was at the center of the island. A vehicle track connects the mall with the hotel and the cafe, and also leads S to the newly built pier from the mall. Okay, the pier, don't forget, you want to mention that's at the south side of the island, because without the picture of the map, I now have no idea where it is, okay? There is also a lake built on the right side, on the right corner of the island next to the accommodations. Make sure it's clear that it's a man-made lake that wasn't there prior, okay? 2 boats are also seen sailing near the pier on the island. Okay, overall a huge development can be seen on the island compared to before, when there was only a few, there should be a few trees on the island. All right, so you've kept most of the key information. You never referred to this, but a lot of people don't. Should you? I think a really, really well-developed answer would probably mention this key here. But I don't think it's a huge problem. You mentioned all the key features. So you mentioned the beach, you mentioned the accommodation. I think you could have had a little more details. Like, I think it's very interesting that this is in a circular pattern and that there's a vehicle, looks like a vehicle path, okay, and footpaths as well. I think you could have also mentioned that there were some trees on the island. All right, and like I said, I think it was some of the expression you used. There were some sentences that I think you could have connected better to each other. So that was the thing that was really probably the weakest element for me. I think you could have linked some of your sentences better. So while the task achievement part of this is fine, it's appropriate, it's the coherence and the cohesion, it's how you connect your ideas. I think that could have been a little stronger, but on the whole it was a good effort. You have all the key pieces of information that one should have in this map. All right, so good job. I don't know if you've written in any of your emails when your test is. I would like to see you writing more and really keeping this momentum and practicing by sending us some more essay corrections. So see if that's something that's an option for you, if you could sign up for some more essay corrections so you can really keep on practicing and getting feedback for your writing right up to the day of your exam. Okay? I look forward to seeing more of your essays if you do decide to sign up for more essay corrections. If you don't and just go straight to your exam, well then I wish you lots of luck. Please keep us posted on how you do. Good luck.